Episode 5 of the Nancy Drew TV show is called The Case of the Wayward Spirit. The premise is that George has been possessed by the victim, and they need to get the ghost out of George's body before George dies, or the ghost does something terrible. I did not like this episode. I flat out did not like this episode, and there are several reasons why. Reason number one, this is the point of no return, okay? The ghost is real. We can't walk back later and say, oop, the ghost was not real. I think in previous episodes, you could say, oh, this is just Nancy daydreaming, or, you know, you could have a logical explanation for how the ghost managed to break Nancy's computer screen. But I think at this point, we're done. The ghost is real. Oh, okay? And I think that kind of bothered me. I think in my mind, in the back of my mind, I was really hoping for a logical explanation that the ghost wasn't real. Like every Nancy Drew book ever, the ghost is never real, but the ghost is real now in this series. And so that, just having that really hit home, I didn't like it very much. Number two, the ghost sort of failed to live up to its own hype, if that makes sense. Because we have this murdering ghost out for revenge, but the ghost doesn't say or do much. Talking about do much, the ghost tries to kill Ryan Hudson multiple times, tries to stab him with a knife. Only the stabbings happen in such a weak way that Ryan has no idea what's going on. You'd think you would know about it if somebody tried to murder you over and over again, but Ryan does it. He thinks George is being weird. He's like, George, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you've got to knock it off, okay? Or else my daddy will cut off my allowance. Yeah, so Ghost tries to stab him multiple times. He doesn't even realize what's going on. That's how weak the Ghost's attempts at murder were. So I didn't like that. As for talking to the ghost, nothing happened on that front either. I understand if the ghost was chatty, then the ghost would say who the murderer was, and that would be the end of the episode right there. So, I mean, that would be the end of the series, wouldn't it? But, no, the ghost says barely anything at all, so I thought that was a disappointment on both fronts, that, oh no, the ghost is gonna kill somebody, and, oh, Nancy's like, oh, I've gotta talk to the ghost and solve the mystery, and we got absolutely no clues from the ghost, so that was not so good. We saw a lot more of George's mother. George's mother leads the charge to get the ghost out of George's body. I guess it was okay. I'd say I only half liked George's mother. I liked her better in the previous episode where she was comedy relief because I like jokes. But here she's more serious and trying to save her daughter, which is nice, but it's not as funny as her delivering cool one-liners all the time, which is what George does all the time. But because George is possessed, we don't have a lot of George in this episode. There were two nice moments. Number one, I like seeing George's family members. George has little sisters who all have male names. It's implied that they're named after their fathers, which is nice. It's cute. It's a good explanation. I don't think we've had that in any of the Nancy Drew books before. So, and then number two was at the very end after the ghost leaves George's body. Nancy, just tries to rub George in a sympathetic way, and George immediately brushes her off. I think that was it was a cute character moment. None of them said anything, but it was nice. That was good. So, elsewhere in the episode, Nancy meets this guy named Owen Marvin, who apparently is this rich, handsome man, and he tries to get flirty with her, except he's super awkward about it. And Nick is jealous. He's very jealous that Nancy is sort of leading on this guy. I'm not looking forward to seeing that continue, actually. It happened twice, so we know it's going to continue in future episodes. Nancy convinces Owen to dig up a time capsule, because Nancy saw the ghost, this is Lucy's ghost, the other ghost, try to climb out of the ground. And Nancy realizes, oh, hey, there's a time capsule, which has not been mentioned previously. We need to dig it up. So she convinces Owen to help her dig up the time capsule. And he's like, this is fun. I like hanging out with you. And she's like, You need to be outside more often if I'm the most fun person you've ever met. I did like the very ending of the episode. Nancy was wearing one of the outfits, which is on the cover of the original Nancy Drew books, and it looks great. It was a fantastic outfit. And that scene was the only time we had snarky Nancy. She was saying sarcastic things about what was inside the time capsule. And it turns out there's a video in the time capsule proving that Lucy Sable knew Ryan Hudson. Dun dun dun. So it looks like he could be guilty of both murders, killing both ghosts. Man, this guy is a serial killer, maybe. A ghost serial killer. So, I think the only other thing that really happened in the episode was... Oh, two things really happened in the episode. So Bess, I did not like Bess. The story with Bess is that she became friends with George's mother. I just flat out disliked it because Bess's personality reverted to what it was in the first 4 episodes, which was stupid. Stupid Bess. She's stupid and scared the entire time. And that makes no sense to me after the previous episode's big reveal that Bess is secretly a British imposter. No mention of that whatsoever. She just goes back to her old personality and everybody pretends like nothing happened. I'm like, Argh! Why would you develop her character just to ignore it? Ugh. That was actually kind of interesting, and now she's just kind of the dumb one who's scared all the time. Anyway, she meets up with Lisbeth, the car girl that she wanted to send a phone message to earlier, and they get a little flirty, and she finally does send the message to Lisbeth, and Lisbeth responds, and Bess is like, I don't know. I just miss Bess from the books. I wish they had gone with that personality for Bess rather than just stupid and scared all the time. You could argue Bess from the books is stupid and scared all the time. And then the final storyline was the victim's sister. The victim's sister broke into Ned's area and stole a USB drive. The USB drive had a link to a password-protected website. And what's the password? What's the password? It's sort of set up where it seems like the ghost is going to tell them the password, but it turns out at the very end, Ned says, that's the first password I would have guessed. Yeah, Ned knew the password all along, so we didn't actually need the ghost to tell us the password. So the password was the first book that she gave Ned, and it's the cloud-protected website just has a bunch of files. They open up the first ones, which is Pine Hill, something about Pine Hill, insurance deeds for Pine Hill. So we're going to go there in future episodes and figure out what's going on there. Does it have something to do with this new Owen guy that Nancy's hanging out with? Maybe. Well, that's it for the episode. Like I said, overall, I didn't like it. It started off with a gross scene with the ghost, and I did not like that. Yeah, it was scary. It continued with the scary ghost, but the ghost didn't really do much in terms of moving the plot forward. It was mostly supposed to be a scary episode with the ghost. And other than that, not much happened besides the introduction of this Owen fellow and our heroes finding out that Pine Hill is important. I think that's everything I have to say. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. I'll be interested in seeing how people react to this episode, because I was really creeped out, but I'm guessing some people must have liked this episode. I saw a lot of previews for scary shows, during the commercial breaks. Maybe that's what this show is doing. Maybe it's just a trend right now to have these really scary ghost stories like Stranger Things, and I believe there was Supernatural they were showing previews of as well. So, it could be that's just a trend that I'm completely oblivious to because this is basically the only TV show I watch because I don't have any free time. So, yeah. Bye.